Hello everybody, welcome to another Nephilim build. Today we're going to bow our heads and all hail Shadow the Hedgehog. As always, keep in mind that these videos are about capturing the spirit of the character rather than capturing their abilities perfectly. With that said, let's start with ability scores. Using point buy will make Charisma 15. He stayed popular long after being edgy stopped. Next we'll make Strength and Dexterity 13 for Hops and Jukes. We'll make Constitution 12, lower than I'd like, but still accurate as long as we can take at least 2 hits. Lastly, we'll make Wisdom and Intelligence 10. We don't need either, but neither are high enough to deserve a positive modifier. For species, we're going to go with Hedgehog like we did with Sonic. We'll get Hair Trigger, Lucky Footwork, Rabbit Hop, and Perception. We'll make a custom background putting our increases into Strength and Charisma. We'll also take Investigation and Acrobatics, Cook's Utensils for Revenge Guac, and the Magic Initiate Cleric feat. We'll take Thaumaturgy for effects, Sacred Flame for a small Chaos Spear, and Guiding Bolt for a better Chaos Spear. Moving on to class, we're going to go with Paladin, getting Wisdom and Charisma saving throws. We'll take Athletics and Intimidation for skills, as well as proficiency with all weapons, armor, and shields. At level 1 we'll get Lay on Hands and Weapon Mastery, which we won't need. We'll also get 2 spells, taking Shield of Faith for a barrier and Thunder Smite for Doom Blast. Not gonna lie, I was expecting that one to be a powered up Chaos Blast, but apparently not. At level 2 we'll get Paladin Smite and our fighting style, taking Unarmed Fighting. We'll also take Divine Favor to add some Chaos Energy to our attacks. At level 3 we'll get Channel Divinity, Divine Sense, and our Sacred Oath, taking the Oath of Vengeance. And now for your routine reminder that the Oath of Vengeance isn't the I get to be an edgy asshole oath. The whole point is to pick an evil, either tangible or conceptual, and do whatever it takes to fight that evil, even if it means getting your hands dirty. And as I keep saying, it actively encourages compassion, which means it's perfect for an anti-hero sworn to protect the world that his cherished friend loved so much, even though it took her from him. You could even say they're the shadow that shows you where the light is. Anyway, we'll get Vow of Enmity as well as Bane and Hunter's Mark from our oath. We'll also take Compelled Duel to 1v1 a Faker. At level 4 we'll take the Speedy feat, Rounding Dexterity, and take Protection from Evil and Good. At level 5 we'll get Extra Attack and Faithful Steed, giving us a motorcycle. Now I know the Fiend option is tempting here because, ow, the edge, but I recommend the Fae version so you can teleport with it with Chaos Control. Speaking of, we'll also get Misty Step for another teleport and Hold Person to free someone with Chaos Control. We'll also take Aid for more HP. At level 6 we'll get Aura of Protection, and level 7 we'll get Relentless Avenger and Protection from Poison. One benefit of being created to help cure diseases is an increased immune system. And yes, I know poison and disease are different, I'm working with a limited spell list. Also, why don't Paladins have Divine Health anymore? At level 8 we'll raise our Strength, we're not getting Dex-based attacks here. At level 9 we'll get Abjure Foes, as well as Protection from Energy and Haste from our oath. By the way, even though our steed doesn't have the swim speed, creatures without one can still swim, it's just half movement. So if we cast Haste on our steed and ride it into water, we can have the Doom Surf. I'm sorry, I love Shadow, and even though I haven't had the chance to play Shadow Generations yet, I watched all the cutscenes for the story and really enjoyed it. But Doom Surf? That is so dumb, and the fact that it's one of the powers needed to complete Shadow is hilarious. Think about it. Black Doom's idea of the ultimate alien super warrior includes the ability to create a shadowy manta ray to surf on. And it's called Doom Surf! I'd wonder who came up with that name in universe, but it's probably the same edgy dork who said Revenge Guac with a straight face. Oh god. Anyway, we'll also get Spirit Shroud to pack more punch, either Radiant for Chaos or Necrotic for Doom Juice, and Aura Vitality to pack the heal gun. Yep, from the PS2 Shadow the Hedgehog. That's how hard I'm stretching here. At level 10 we'll get Aura of Courage, and at level 11 we'll get Radiant Strikes and Locate Object for the Dragon Radar. Oops, wrong series. At level 12 we'll raise our Strength again, and level 13 we'll get Banishment and Dimension Door from our oath for more Chaos Control. We can also upcast Find Steed with a 4th level slot now, giving it a fly speed. We actually have extreme gears now, and I didn't even mean to do that. We'll also take Death Ward to hold on to that last string. At level 14 we'll get Restoring Touch, and level 15 we'll get Soul of Vengeance and take Aura of Purity to project our ultimate life form resistance. Yes, that's non-canon, but again, limited spell list. At level 16 we'll take the Tough Feed, and level 17 we'll get Scrying and Hold Monster from our oath for more Chaos Control freezing. We'll also take Destructive Wave for Chaos Blast and Greater Restoration. Again, limited spell list, but look, it's literally what he was created for. If he doesn't do this somewhere in one of the multiple comic series, then he's going to do it eventually, and I'll have eternal bragging rights for calling it first. Honestly, there's a build I could have done using Sorcerer to get most of his ability without any unnecessary extras, and maybe throw in Warlock to get Eldritch Blast for Doom Spears. Hot take, but Warlock, Sorcerer, and Bard should have all been Magic Initiate options. But whatever build I made with that would have been too close to a repeat of my Sonic build, and it wouldn't have had Chaos Blast. The only current way to get Destructive Wave in the 2024 rules without being a Paladin is to be a Tempest Cleric. And even before that, the only other option was Bard. You can guess why those weren't options. I've been saying this since the start of this channel that these videos are about capturing the spirit of the character rather than capturing their abilities perfectly. But as I've gotten better at this, I've had to redefine what that means for me a few times. Just look at any of my rebuilds. And more recently, as of me making this build, I've decided that in the spirit of the character sometimes means focusing on the bread and butter staples, getting lesser used abilities if I can, and taking liberties if I must. Anywho, we've got 3 more levels to do. At level 18 we'll get Aura Expansion, and level 19 we'll take the Boon of Speed, Rounding Charisma. Dimensional Travel is also an option. I definitely would have taken it if I could have gotten a second boon. But with only one, Speed gives us the same amount of movement plus a bonus action Disengage. I'll also take Lesser Restoration for more of what Shadow will do eventually, mark my words. Lastly, at level 20 we'll get Avenging Angel, giving us either Super Shadow or Doom Wings, whichever one you feel like using. Probably to match whichever flavor of Spirit Shroud you're using. Now that we're level 20, we finally have our modifiers. Our unarmored AC is 12, our movement speed is 70, and our average HP is 184 with 20 d8 hit dice. And with that, we are done. Now what can this build do? Let's start with what you all want to know, how fast is Shadow? Well, our base speed of 70 gets doubled to 140 with haste, but without an action surge and Step of the Wind to give us 2 more dashes, we can only get up to 420. But with Avenging Angel giving us a base of 60, boosted to 100 with Speedy and the Boon of Speed, doubled then tripled, we get up to 600. Still short of the blue blur, but more speed than anyone will ever need. And now on to more practical things. With Divine Favor, Radiant Strike, Spirit Shroud, and Divine Smite, we hit hard. We've also got plenty of the aforementioned speed and some teleportation to kite enemies and stay out of reach. We've even got enough of a Charisma modifier to make up for our weaker saving throws, as well as a reliable ranged option in Guiding Bolt. Most importantly though, we have an in-character reason to use our steed. For weaknesses, our AC is garbage. Sure, good luck getting close enough to punch us, but ranged attacks still exist. Our strength and charisma are also both uncapped, meaning neither our attacks nor our spells are firing on all cylinders. Sure, it's only a +1 difference, but bounded accuracy is a bitch. Why do you think I've been fighting so hard for +6s? We're also very resource heavy with no boon of spell recall to fuel us. Weaknesses aside, when there's nothing left to lose, we win. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to support my channel, there's a link to my Patreon down in the description. $1 a month gets you 2-day early access to all of my videos and access to all of my homebrew content. Let me know what you thought of this video down in the comments, and I'll see you all next time when I make Momo Ayase from Dandada.